Hi, friends. Welcome to your third week of February, and this is Eclipse Week. It has finally arrived, and how do we work with this? The eclipse is coming in on Tuesday, February 17th, and there's a couple other things happening. The sun is moving into Pisces this week, also a big deal. And then we also have that Saturn and Neptune conjunction happening and meeting up. So let's talk about it. We move into Sunday, February 15th, and this is a day with some intensity and power plays in it. The moon is meeting up with Pluto. They are both in Aquarius. They will be meeting up and holding hands in the heavens above us at 6:10 a.m. Pacific exactly. And even though the moon is in Aquarius, which tends to be a little bit more of an intellectual day, a day where we are wanting to learn something, have great conversations, where we are really wanting to feel a lot of liberation and freedom because of that moon in Sagittarius. When she meets up with Pluto, it's almost like it's pulling Aquarius into the underworld a bit or into the depths a little bit, where Aquarius isn't always the most comfortable. So with this, we are going to combine Aquarius and Pluto. So Aquarius, who loves to talk, loves to have engaging conversations, loves to pick other people's minds, loves to be sort of the mastermind behind the whole plan, is now asking for depth. So deep conversations, intense conversations, meaningful mental connection coming in. I would say the first half of the day. The moon will be in Aquarius all day today, right? But the first half of the day, we're asking for Aquarius to go a little bit deeper than they even might be comfortable with, right? We're asking all of us to go a little bit deeper than we might be comfortable with under this Aquarian sky. We are also looking for, what can we do today that feels like a breath of fresh air, that feels like it is sort of outside of the confines of our own four walls, our 9 to 5 job, our, take your pick of those things that feel confining to you in your life. Where can we break free from them? Where can we find our power within that, right? Anytime Pluto is speaking to a planet in the sky, he is now bringing in a conversation of power, healing, transformation, all of those things. Let's move into Monday, February 16th. And here we have, just like the moon met up with Pluto yesterday, the moon is meeting up with Mars today. 10:09 a.m. Pacific. So we're going to feel this for a big part of the day today, both in Aquarius, the moon and Mars, both in Aquarius. When Mars meets up with the moon, all filters get taken away, anything goes. We are feeling passion, fiery, triggered, reactionary, impulsive, like we want to take the emotional risk of things. Mars just brings in the heat to an otherwise calm, cool, and collected Aquarius moon. So this can also be a sky under which there is some sexual tensions, sexually charged. We are feeling very charismatic. There is a lot of chemistry waking up for us between us and other people. This is where emotions have to be involved in intimacy today. The moon is all emotion and Mars is all sex. But when you combine the two, we have to have feelings and emotion involved in any sort of intimacy today. We could be feeling much more brave with our emotions, much, much more upfront. Like I said, Mars sort of rips the filters off. It can be a day where we have a lot of desires coming up. We have this emotional hunger that wants to be satiated today. It can be a very bold and daring and courageous day as far as like your feelings go and how you share those feelings or communicate those feelings. So put on your seatbelt. Mars is activated, and Mars will certainly bring in the fire, the chemistry, the bravado into all things emotional today. Let's look at our first eclipse. Tuesday, February 17th, she is here, the first eclipse of the year, under a new moon sky. So the new moon is landing at 28 degrees of Aquarius, and she is creating a solar eclipse at 4:01 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to give you guys some dates here. Aquarius, it's right on top of your head, this eclipse, especially those born between February 16th and February 18th. You guys are going to be feeling this the most. This can be challenging. This eclipse can be challenging for our Tauruses, our Scorpios. I'm going to give you guys dates. Taurus born between May 18th and May 20th. The sky, this eclipse, can be a little bit awkward for you. Scorpio born between November 20th and 22nd. This can be a little bit awkward for you because it's squaring you. Let's talk about this eclipse. You know, when we have eclipses, they usually take a while to build. So we were feeling it last week. And if you watched last week, I was asking you guys to keep track of the big thing that came into the forefront for you this week, because that was most likely your eclipse work coming in. So, whatever feels loudest in your life, whatever feels most intense, whatever is driving the car in the front seat, however you want to word it, that is most likely your eclipse work. Eclipses come in to grow us, to evolve us. Everything feels heightened. There's a heightened sensitivity, emotionality coming in, but they are growing us. Eclipses are like, take your foot off the brake, put your foot on the gas. Everything speeds up and gets accelerated in the way of teaching us our lesson. So it could be a huge thing that comes in to awaken us, to call us to the fire, to really bring us up to the next level of our own growth and our own evolution. I want you to mark down where 28 degrees of Aquarius is in your chart and see what house it occupies. The topics of that particular house are going to be part of your eclipse work here. Okay. And it's all in Aquarius. So the more we can be completely unapologetically ourselves, the better. The more we rip the mask off, the better. The more we march to the beat of our own drum, the better. We're really celebrating our unique weirdness and our unique quirks and our unique individuality under the sky. It's a new moon, so it's quiet though. We're not celebrating it by like banging on a drum and hooting and hollering around the neighborhood, but we're celebrating it in a way that is very meaningful to us and can be a little bit more reflective and internal for us under a new moon solar eclipse. Big, big work. Okay. And I also want you to pay attention what came in last week, what's surfacing this week, and even into next week. It's all part of your eclipse story. Then the next day, Wednesday, February 18th, the sun enters Pisces. Pisces, this is your time to shine now. Bye-bye, Aquarius. Aquarius has taken up a lot of space, a lot of energy these past handful of weeks. So now the sun, he moves into Pisces at 7:52 a.m. Pacific time. Let's talk about Pisces a little bit. A water sign, a mutable sign. You know, Pisces, I believe, is really here how to teach us unconditional love, how to open up our heart, how to find a lot of forgiveness, how to honor the other realms, how to recognize that it is not just us here on tangible earth with our feet on the ground, but there is something to be derived from the other realms beyond the veil. Our spirituality matters. We're all connected. We're all one. Being very sensitive, trusting your gut, intuition, instincts. That's all driven by Pisces. The power of love and the power of forgiveness is such a Pisces conversation and a Pisces topic. The high road of Pisces is emotional wisdom, spiritual wisdom, the power to say I'm sorry, the power to forgive, the power of the imaginary, the power of the angelic realm, the power of working with the world we cannot see. The low road of Pisces, we're drowning in our emotions. They take over. We can't catch our breath. We're too sensitive in the way of taking on everyone else's emotional baggage. We want to heal everybody with our love and we don't let them do the work themselves because we want to come in and save because our hearts are so big. We deplete ourselves, we exhaust ourselves by showing up continually, even where we are not honored and respected. We make shit up. We're so sensitive. The world feels too harsh, too ugly, so we move into addiction, drugs, alcohol, escapism. And we don't want to be here. The shadow side of Pisces is we don't want to be here. This world is too harsh and ugly. So, dropping into the wisdom of it all, the higher road of it all with Pisces, right? They are the last sign of the zodiac. They have collected a bit of wisdom from every sign that came before them. And that way we can look at them as the most evolved sign of the zodiac. Gather your Pisces people around you during this Pisces season and, feel their magic, learn their lessons. You stop talking and you let Pisces teach you. They have so much to teach us, oftentimes without words, but with feelings. It's a soft sign, it's introverted. It's not going to be shouting unless your Pisces has a lot of fire in their chart. Then you have a loud Pisces. But really learning from that sweet Piscean energy, that sweet Pisces sky that we're under now. Thursday, February 19th, we have the moon in Aries meeting up with Saturn at 12:48 p.m. Pacific. And then just a couple minutes later, 12:55 p.m. Pacific, that moon in Aries also meets up with Neptune. Everything is in Aries, that moon in Aries, Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Now, this is interesting because Saturn and Neptune are very different energies, and we'll have this conversation for tomorrow as well. But when the moon meets up with Saturn, there is emotional maturity, emotional discipline, the ability to really discern our emotions and be a lot more practical and logical. It oftentimes brings structure to the more erratic, explosive, reactionary energies of the moon in Aries. When the moon meets up with Neptune, it softens and it feels things very deeply. Neptune dissolves ego. And we have this moon in Aries, which can be very much ruled by the ego and led by the ego, softening with that touch of Neptune today. It softens the ego, it softens the aggression, it softens the temper tantrum that moon in Aries can have, truly. Moon in Aries stomps their foot, crosses their arms, and yells, "No, I don't want to. You are wrong, I am right." But when it meets up with Neptune, it softens it. It gives it a chance to find heart, open it up, find forgiveness, quiet down and listen instead of talking over other people, right? Um, so we're getting a lot of maturity and discipline and linear sort of direction when the moon meets up with Saturn, and then a softening when the moon meets up with Neptune. And it's both those energies that we are working with today. Friday, February 20th, here's a big day. We have Saturn and Neptune meeting up exact degree at 0 degrees of Aries at 8:53 a.m. Pacific today. These two, Saturn and Neptune, have been playing tag for quite a while in the heavens above us. They're sort of skipping over each other, and they've been very close together for a long time, and they're finally meeting up at exact degree, 0 Aries. This is going to be felt very strongly through the rest of February, through the rest of the month. And then they'll meet up again at 1 degree for a handful of days as well. But this brings, think of Neptune as dreams and think of Saturn as solidity. So Saturn is things that we can pick up and hold. This pen, I'm holding this pen. This is Saturnian. This is a Saturnian act. Neptune is everything that I can't reach because my hand goes through it like a ghost, because it's my dreams, it's my feelings, it's the other realms. So when these two meet up, it's bringing solidity, Saturn, to our dreams, Neptune. It's dissolving the illusions of Neptune and can also bring in a lot more reality, a lot more really realizing what is real and what is not, what we can work with, where we've been making stuff up, where we've been telling ourselves lies, where we've been telling other people lies, and it just brings us into the reality of the situation. Thank you, Saturn, bringing that in. It's merging reality, Saturn, with the dream of Neptune. You know, all things Neptunian, the arts, photography, intuition, colors, sounds, music, the angelic realm. We're solidifying those things. So we're bringing solidity to our spiritual practices. We are now putting meditation in our calendar. We are now making time to sit in front of our altar. We are making time to recreate our altar. You know, it's really making time and putting those spiritual practices into a disciplined practice of consistency. It's a call to action with the spiritual realm when these two meet up. We are manifesting the dream. Neptune can dream the dream all day, but without Saturn, oftentimes Neptune can't realize the dream, bring it into fruition. So Saturn comes in and is listening to the dream of Neptune, and then Saturn says, okay, here's step one, here's step two. Let's go to the store and grab this. Let's pull money from the bank here and make this happen. That's what we need Saturn for when it comes to Neptune. So a big day. Saturn conjunct Neptune. We're feeling it for the rest of February. Saturday, February 21st. It's a very stable day. We have the moon in Taurus, first of all, in the afternoon at 3:30 p.m. And so it's a very early day. We want to slow down today. We want to slow down. You know, there's been Aries in the sky for the last couple of days, and now Taurus says, okay, let's slow down and come back to nature. Let's slow down and water our houseplants. Can you water your houseplants today, you guys? Moon and Taurus, it's a great day to do that. I should take my own advice. We want to like commune with nature. We want to hug a tree today. We want our bare feet on the ground, depending on where you live. If it's really cold, maybe don't do that. Maybe do that. We want to be in nature and we want to honor the earth. We want to slow down. We want to stop and smell the roses. We want to indulge a bit today. Moon and Taurus, it's such an indulgent sort of energy. It's a great day to get a massage. It's a great day to cook a meal. It's a great day to work with foods of the earth, root vegetables, potatoes, carrots, all those things. Make a vegetable stew, Moon and Taurus. Now, later in the day, that sun in Pisces sextiles this beautiful moon in Taurus at 9:40 p.m. So it's a little bit later, but it's building. And this is just more sweetness. You put Pisces and Taurus in a room together, and they're going to get along, and they're going to cuddle, and they're maybe going to do some art, and then they're going to watch Taurus's favorite Netflix show, and then Pisces will come in and want to color some more, and then Taurus will come in and bring all the yummy snacks to the table, and then Pisces will feel the love from Taurus. I mean, it's a really beautiful combination. So the sun and the moon and the sky are getting along, they're in harmony. And we feel that here on Earth, and it just brings in a sense of peace, a sense of ease. It's a very beautiful sky we're under today, February 21st. And just allow yourself to relax a bit more, go a little bit slower, and enjoy those indulgences.